All right, here's my electrical tool loadout that I have in my Veto Pro Pack MC. So this bag stays in the truck most of the time. This has all my overflow tools that I pull from when I'm not running my normal setup on my tool bags. I can take from this pack, throw whatever I need to in here, and then do whatever I need to do. So MC, this is the super basic one. They make a Tech MC that has some pockets on the outside, and then obviously there's the MCT, which is taller. They have the backpack style, tons of different options. This is the super basic one. I've been running a bag like this for 6 or 7 years now, and they're great. So main pocket here is primarily where I keep pliers and screwdrivers. So I have it separated on my pliers over here on the left, screwdrivers over here on the right. And so yeah, let's just run through these real quick. So up front, marker, pencil, knife. Pretty straightforward. Over here, tucked in the side, I keep a pair of 10-inch water pump pliers. These are the Knipex Cobras. Keep a 7-inch Cobra. Got a pair of wire strippers. Cable shears, twin cuts, whatever they call these, by Knipex, cutting bigger cable. Side cutters. These are the 10-inch angled heads by Knipex. If you've ever used 10-inch side cutters, you'll never want to go back to using 8-inch ones. Just the amount of leverage you get from this is just unmatched. So really enjoy these. And I got my pair of lineman pliers. These are the what are they called, the USA Legacy Edition or something like that. So blacked out handles, got this laser engraved bald eagle with the American flag on the back. But they're just a pair of lineman pliers. Just thought they were interesting looking, so I picked them up. I also keep another pair of linemans back here. These are the Milwaukee, made in USA, lineman pliers. And these have all the fancy features. So you got your bolt cutters here, 632, 832. It's got the fish tape puller and then the crimper. So if I need to run this, I can run this. I have the other set and many, many other pairs. And then the last pair of pliers that I keep in here, which don't get used very often, are another pair of side cutters, diagonal cutters, whatever you want to call them, dikes. These are by a company in Japan called Sonoda, and they're 8-inch diagonal cutters, side cutters, but they have the flush end right here. So if you're cutting zip ties and things like that, it gets down nice and flat up against the surface you're cutting with. But the unique thing about these versus your typical like little tiny Klein plastic zip tie cutters is these are actually rated to cut copper conductors. So I've cut number 2 tin solid, number 2 THHN all day with these. So incredibly sharp, very high quality. And so I just keep them in my bag because you never know when you're gonna need them. All right, so that's all my pliers. Over here, screwdrivers. Up front in this little bit slot, I have the Weha terminal drivers. So I have the Phillips number 0, Phillips number 1, and then 2 small slotteds. Keep all the nut drivers in here. So you have your quarter, 5/16, 3/8, the most common ones you're gonna grab, if you're gonna grab them. And then I have all the other sizes, although they rarely ever get used. I always find if it's anything over 3/8, excuse me, you're just gonna grab an impact and hit it with that. But got the 11/32, 7/16. These are the hollow shafted Veras. And back here I have the 1/2 inch. And then over here, you got your square number 2, and then square number 1 right here. And Phillips number 2, Weha, and then an assortment of slotted drivers. So you got your little 3.5 inch, excuse me, 3.5 millimeter terminal screwdriver. And then I really like long shank screwdrivers. Just helps get your hands further away if you have to stick them in a panel or anything like that. So this is a 4 millimeter. I'll focus on it. With a 6-inch blade by Vera. It's kind of like your cabinet tip. And then I keep a big 6.5 millimeter long shank if you got to really get in there and crank on some lugs. So that's that. So that's the front side. Come around to the back, I keep more of my bigger things in here. So just sitting on the top, you got a tape measure. Just have a 16-footer in here right now. I can fit a 25 in there, no problem. So right here, we have a Klein mod box. It's one of the bit storage guys. And I've actually modified it to hold my nut setters. So when you buy this box, it comes with a bunch of these little bit rails all across here. And I ripped them all out. And if you stagger heads on each end from the biggest size to the smallest, they fit perfectly flat in here. So I got everything from 1/4 inch to 9/16, hollow shafted, magnetic. They're great. And I have a couple extra bits in here. Got a long square number 2. I have a Phillips number 3 and a Phillips number 2 on a 1/4 inch extension. So that's that. More bits. This is the, oops. Get this out. Wear a bit check. So you got all your bits. You got a 1/4 inch socket set, screw handle, extension, and then it comes with a little ratchet. This guy's great if you need to get into tiny little places. Over here, I have the Klein 6-in-1 nut driver, flip socket things, whatever they're called. And when you buy this kit, it comes with a Klein handle that accepts this into it, but it has no bit storage. And the cool thing about this 1/4 inch is it's a nut driver, but if you pop it out to the next setting, now you can put 1/4 inch bits in here and use it like a screwdriver. So I took one of these Vera handles, that has the bit carousel inside. And so now I got 6 bits, 6 nut drivers. So call it a 12-in-1. And then it's a 1/4 inch chuck, so this can go in your impact as well. So sweet little combination here. Keep a couple more big screwdrivers back here. You got the 9/16 hollow shaft nut driver. This is awesome if you're trying to run nuts up or all thread. Gotta have a big beater. And then I just recently threw this in here. It's a Phillips number 3, 6-inch. Sometimes it's really nice to have this. Got a level, I just keep in here. Meter, T5 600, Fluke. It's a great meter, it does what it needs to do. And then if I gotta cut big cable or a lot of conductors all at once, I've got a pair of Greenlee 759 ratchet and cable cutters. So that's everything that I keep stored up in my Veto MC bag.